Matchup number 2. Showstoppers versus Professor X. Yeah, man, I mean, we all know X is banged up. Coming into this one, he has a very nice record of 4-1. Jeff comes into this one also 4-1. So obviously, one of these guys will leave with a very nice 5-1 to start off the season, and then the other is still going to be in a good spot with the 4-2. So let's get into it. Justin Herbert, 22 for him. So he had obviously a very good game against Miami. You know, some of that came late, but hey, man, the fantasy points all count the same. 22 for him. Caleb Williams on Monday night, 21, in a good matchup against the Commies. You know, that secondary has been known to get exposed. So 21 from Caleb. Caleb's been nice. You know, kind of a late guy that you're able to grab, and he's like in the top 10 right now of quarterbacks. So he's pretty much locked and loaded every week you can play in. You know, that's kind of how you feel. Really, where the separation starts happening is when some of the big boys show up, and that's what Showstoppers had with Drake London. Meet me at the London. 31 points from him. You know, that's kind of what you want from him, especially in a situation where you know, there's no Mooney. You know, that means one less pass catcher out there. Penix does like to, you know, hey, look at my Penix. Whoa, pause. He does like to hyper target him, and he was throwing some dimes. I'm not gonna lie. He looked good out there. And then obviously the big guns showed up for them in the Falcons game. You know, with Bijan, we'll talk about him later. But 31 points for London. He had a massive game, biggest game of the year thus far, and kind of showing Showstoppers like, hey, listen, man, I can carry you once in a while. Next of note here is going to be both tight ends. Both tight ends here were incredible. Tyler Warren, 15 points, rookie sensation, showing the Chicago Bears like, oh, you should have took me instead of Lovely. And then Trey McBride had a great game with Jacoby Brissett. He was able to find the end zone for the second time this year, and Jacoby did it in his first start, right? So 17 for Trey McBrizzy, or Travion, as some say when he gets on the field. And then on the flex side, you know, Jameson Williams had a good game. He had that big touchdown. And then that's all of note there. And then the last thing of note here is going to be for X was the defense, Rams defense 19. You know, it really did come down to Monday night where Jeff was just able to get enough, man. Really, that's really what it comes down to. X, you know, did put up a good fight. He probably had, you know, Jeff kind of thinking a few things and hoping some things would work out in his favor, and they ultimately did. You know, and we have the rule, right? If you don't score 100 points, you're not going to win ball games here. So, and that's kind of what happened. 99.96 for X, and Jeff gets 110, man. Gets enough to get the win this week, and that's really all that matters. So he goes to 5-1, and X is 4-2.